middle school, please. We're going to start with the Star Spangled Banner, so if you'll all stand up, we'll get started.
Once both songs end, my hands will come down, and then that's the right place to clap. So I know that that's kind of tricky. with some songs, but this is one of those songs. So this is a new piece of music that has not even been debuted yet. And we are very lucky in our community to have the university right down the road. And Johnny Vincent called me up. He was my college band director, and he said that he had this new piece of music he was working on, and it's a commission piece. Somebody called him and they wanted him to write a piece of music for their school. And we did that just a few years ago with him. And he said, now it's for beginners, and I'd really like your opinion on some things. So he came over and we talked about it, and he was gracious enough to ask us and lend us the music before it is even published to be played at this concert. This is only the second time it's been played. The first time was at its premiere with the band who commissioned it. I think it was in Pennsylvania. And what a treat it is for us to have Johnny Vincent, who is willing to give us such great music. And this is a wonderful piece of music. But let me tell you the story about a selkie. A selkie is a mythical creature found in Celtic folklore. When in the water, the selkie is a seal, but when on land, it becomes a human. The idea for this composition came from the story about a Scottish fisherman who finds a baby seal near the beach. Because there are no other seals around, he decides to wrap it up and take it home. When the fisherman and his wife unwrap it, they discover that it is no longer a seal, but it is now a baby boy. They realize that it is a selkie, and decide to raise it as their son, never letting it go back into the water. Time passes and the baby grows into a fine young lad. One day, the fisherman's boat is caught in a terrible storm, and he is in danger of drowning. Seeing this, the young lad jumps into the sea again and becomes a seal and swims out to rescue the fisherman. The rest of that story is that he rescues the fisherman, his father, and then he never comes back onto land. He only comes to visit and kind of waves from the ocean. He never goes back and becomes a human again. So it starts out with some ocean drums, which are in a couple of different places. But so it's going to sound, hopefully, like what you would imagine if you saw this baby seal washing up on the ocean. And it's a really, really pretty piece, and we have so enjoyed working on it. Dr. Vincent, will you stand up? He's with us tonight. A baby seal and young lad. we're going to play is one that we did in combination with our school play, and we had about 60 people who were involved in that school play. If you were involved in the school play and you played in the Beauty and the Beast band, stand up for me and let's recognize you guys. These students gave us some extra time and came to some outside of the school day performances, and they did an outstanding job. This was one of the songs that they played, but they also prepared two other pieces that we didn't prepare in the classroom. But we wanted to do this one all together because it is such a pretty song and kind of makes us sound really good. It's got some really neat chords in it that we don't usually hear and see for middle school bands. So this is Beauty and the Beast. We are just really lucky to have great students, great teachers and faculty here at Drake Middle School, and principals who let us arrange the classes how we have them, because it's not like this at every middle school. And we are very, very lucky to have what we've got. The next piece of music is from The Planets by Gustav Holst, and it is just a small part of this piece, and it's the chorale from Jupiter. And you've probably heard it, you might not know it by that name, but Holst wrote an entire suite of planet songs, and this is just one of them. And it's just a beautiful song, and I would like to welcome back to the stage Miss Laura Rodriguez to conduct this piece. use that. So this is her gift, and this is her bag. So that's how prepared I am. We all signed a card in different classes, because there's a lot of them, and they don't all fit on one card. But we all signed cards, and I did my own card because I need my own space. But one from each of the classes. So there's those cards. And then we got her this handy dandy fingering chart. And this is something that I got when I finished student teaching that I have used and used and used. I keep it up on my podium because, you know, I'm pretty amazing and I remember a lot of stuff, but I don't remember everything about every instrument. And so this is great to have when they're like, how do you do a drill from this to that? And I'm like, hold up. And I get out my book. So this is a great tool to have. And we got some gift cards to Earth Fair. Gift cards are great. So you probably see our percussion, they're frantically moving stuff because the next song is a song for them. So give us just 1 second. We have to all be a little bit close. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about the percussion in this piece of music. This is First Adventure by German Barato, and it is a song just for percussion. And I've never done a beginning band percussion ensemble, so they're my little guinea pigs. But we have had a great time working on this song, and there is so much going on. And I had to go and borrow instruments today, and you should have seen me and my dad like hoisting them up into a truck, and then we got halfway on the truck and realized it was too long. So we took it off and took it back in. We didn't bring that one. So yeah, we're learning. So there are lots of instruments over here from Auburn High School. We thank Rob Cochran over there for letting us borrow all of his equipment so that we can make this work. And not only do we just don't have room for all this percussion in our band room, but it's great to get to use some of this stuff. And we have played this before at Solo and Ensemble where they made a superior rating. And we played it at the Auburn University Day of Percussion where they brought in a clinician and we worked with that person and she heard us play and told us some things about our playing. And so we definitely do want to miss out playing it for you guys. A couple of things that I'll tell you about this song is it kind of has tricky spots where you think, oh, okay, let's clap now. But it's a really long piece of music, and it has 2 false endings where we'll come to a big fermata, and then it goes again. It's about 4.5 minutes long. I figured if we're going to do a percussion piece, we should do something real long so that they have to work really hard. And this percussion group, I give them a hard time on a daily basis. I really do. And if you ask them, I'm constantly on their case. But I've never had a group of students, percussionists, play better mallet reading and mallet skills. They go after it. I told them from day one we were going to do it, and they said, yeah, let's do it. And they have risen to the occasion, so I appreciate that. So this is First Adventure. I'm going to come stand over here in the middle. this last piece of music for you. So I think we're just about ready. We're going to play our last piece of music for you, and it is Scorpion by Richard Saucedo.
Thank you so much.